Hi, welcome to our first video for the 12 Cycles of Soulful Magic, and welcome to the first cycle. My name is Tania. I'm the founder here at Museflower Retreat and Spa, and I'm also an intuitive soul guide to help people to get in touch with your soul. So here I am today at Museflower Retreat and Spa in Chiang Rai. I'm here actually with my dog, so you can see Nico here and Toto there as well. It's quite cold today, so that's why they're wearing a little jacket. They're wearing something. And this series of video is inspired by the 12 days of meditation magic that my friend Susanna and I have done throughout the Christmas 2020 last year. It was 12 days of free daily meditation video that we have done. If you haven't got a chance to check it out, but if you'd love to, I'll leave the link below as well. And so that series of video has inspired the creation of this series of video. But in this series video, instead of 12 days, I've expanded to 12 cycles or 12 lunar cycles. So, instead of month, instead of like how we think of month as the first day to the last day of a calendar month, I thought it would be more fun to do it in, based on the lunar cycle, so we can be more in tune perhaps with the rhythm of the moon and the moon cycles. And so the first cycle that's coming up is January 13 to February 11, 2021. So for each lunar cycle as well, there will be a keyword that goes with the lunar cycle as a theme, and a theme will serve as an anchor for all the classes or videos that we're going to do. The Time to Move with A videos will be twice a month, and her exercise video will complement with the theme of the lunar cycle for that month. I will also do a free meditation video that will be related to the theme of the month as well. We're going to have online courses and workshops that are going to relate to the theme. So it's going to be one whole lunar cycle, which is 28 days of that theme, and I'm going to move to a next theme. And this month is only me, but some months we might have some guest hosts as well, so make sure to stay tuned. All right, so this is the introduction video, right? And I'm going to talk about our theme for this lunar cycle, which is from January 13 to February 11, and the theme is the word vision. So what do I mean by vision here? So vision here doesn't mean just your eyesight, what you can see or cannot see, but vision here is more like, what are you envisioning for yourself for the new year, for 2021? So now maybe you have already done this in last year. If you were busy like me and didn't really get to have time to do it, and this is my time to catch up now, or the holiday season was so busy, or you have already done this, but this month is about nurturing, really going into that vision, really dreaming our vision into reality. Now maybe that vision is something that's like a huge goal, so I don't mean that by this month or lunar cycle you be able to maybe not, you maybe complete your whole vision or your goal, but it's the way we start small. Like Susanna, I love to say in our 12 days of meditation magic video, start small, right? From point A to point B, whatever that point B is for you. What change is going to make? What are you going to do to help to nurture your dream seeds, to nurture your vision? All right, so I want to also take this opportunity to share the card reading that I have done, so it can help to maybe explain the word vision a little bit more, or the theme of vision a bit more. I'm going to start with actually the card message that I have picked for the year 2021, and the card message is this one, number 30, Path Awareness. And I have written a blog on both the card message for 2021 and also the card message for this lunar cycle with the keyword vision. So I'm just going to summarize here in this video for you. So the card message for 2021 is all about staying focused on your path. If you want to read more, please feel free to check out my blog. I will link in the link below. And so how about for this lunar cycle about vision, right? Now, so the question that I have asked, so I have picked these cards already because I have written the blog, so I'm just going to summarize them quickly. So the first question I have asked is, what are we being asked to let go of for better vision, right? How can we create better vision? And so this card is a card that we picked, 24 boundaries. And this card, the main key takeaway from this card was about what kind of things that we bound ourselves with, to tie our hands out, that like sort of that kind of bounds, right? That limit us, to kind of let us stay safe in a comfort zone, right? So these, you can see, are limitations that we impose on ourselves that are blocking us to, to have better vision. So it could be maybe an old habit, maybe it's, just simply control, maybe it's a limiting belief that you know it doesn't serve you anymore. So whatever that is, the one thing, what is that one bound that you're tying your hands with, and you feel like, it's time to loosen up that bound, and you know what it is. So that you're willing to let go of now because it doesn't serve you anymore. So what is that one boundary you're willing to let go of? And make sure to write it down, maybe in your journal, do some reflections. And now we're going to move on to our second question. The second question is, what can we do, what are being asked to create with better vision, right? What are we going to create to have better vision? And this is the card that came up, was 29 in the flow. And now this card, again, to summarize, is imagine that, a stream of water, and there's like a big pile of rocks right in the middle, and obviously then the water is not flowing. Now those big pile of rocks are like these limitations that we impose on ourselves, the bounds that I talk about. So that's why we're not in flow. Now, maybe it's not about moving a whole pile of rocks for the moment. Maybe it's just removing that one pile of rocks. And if you have played Jenga, you'll know what I mean. If you remove one piece, sooner or later, the whole pile is going to crumble anyway. And so, it's just really loosening up that one rock from the pile. And, sooner or later, as some of you guys already know, healing comes in layers. So it's like we're kind of removing in layers, and we're going to be in the flow. And what are we going to create? We're going to be asked to create the conditions, right? A better condition how we can be in the flow. So the better condition could be, how, in other words, you can say, if we have a seed, our new intention, our dream or vision that we're planting, what kind of soil are you planting in? What is the condition that you're creating for the soil to grow, right? Is it going to be sunny? Is it going to be raining? And that's your emotional landscape, right? Are you going to water it and give it fertilizer? That means you're going to give your attention and give your energy to allow that seed to grow. Are you going to neglect it? Say, okay, I have, sometimes that's what happened with New Year resolutions, right? I have this goal in mind, and I'm really enthusiastic about it for the first 10 days, and now I sort of forget about it, right? So what kind of condition are you being asked to create for a better vision, to nurture your dreams? Now, I don't have the answer for this question, so you must answer this question for yourself, but always trust your intuition. And again, I really highly encourage you to have a journal, to write things down for you. You can use these as prompts, or if anything comes to your mind, feel free to write things down. So now that I have shared with you, what vision means with the help of the cards, I'm going to share with you my top 3 tips to help you to create a better vision for this month. So my first tip is to set an intention for the new year or this new lunar cycle as well. Maybe you have the keyword vision, and what is your intention with that? If you already have a word of the year, if you don't have a word of the year, I highly encourage you to do so. Or maybe for some people, it's like a theme song of the year. So, when we have that one word of the year or the theme song of the year, or for the month, for example, maybe a year is way too long and you say, I'm just going to do month by month, which I mean by lunar cycle, go ahead and do that. You can, there's no really right or wrong way to do it. Of course, I always say trust your intuition, but you can do it through meditation, through maybe walking in nature, maybe just through contemplation as well, or writing in a journal, or maybe you already know, what is that one word you want to focus on, and so that could be your word of the year. And the fun part is you can create, once you have your word of the year or your theme song of the year, you create something with it. So you can create art with it. You can, write it really nicely and place an altar if you have an altar. Maybe you can write a poem on it or write a song on it, or maybe even just make it, like a word that you can put it on your phone screensaver or your computer screensaver as a reminder. Now, the second tip that I have is to create some kind of visual to express your intention. So kind of going to first tip, and so for some people it'll be vision board. For me, actually I have done something called a vision mandala. I want to show you. So this is the vision mandala that I have created, and it's something that I have stumbled upon on myself. So when I wanted to do something for the new year, something like a collage, right, for the vision, like a vision board, but I want to do it in with the mandala, in the circle. So that was what happened, became a vision mandala and become a course that I teach here at Museflower as well. So vision mandala, the process is doing it is a little bit more organic, and it's not so much of course you have something in mind, but it's about flip through magazines and see what kind of images speak to you, and with an intention in mind, of course, and you put everything together in a collage form. And so also I'm so happy to say that I have finally done an filmed online course for making a vision mandala. For those who can't come to Museflower to do this with me together, you are now have the chance to do it online, and I will share the link below, and hope you will enjoy the course to make your vision mandala. Third tip that I have is an easy one, and it's about holding the vision of yourself in your mind's eye. Now, this yourself is this better version of yourself. So for example, maybe it's related to some dreams that you have. Maybe your dream is to learn something new, or maybe it's something with lifestyle changes, or it could be anything, right? So really hold this vision of yourself in your mind's eye, this better version of yourself. Or when you have reached this goal, how does it look like to you? How does this you look like, right? And not just about looking like, but just how does the facial expressions look like? Do you envision a more relaxed and calm self? So how does that look like to you? How does that presence, what kind of vibes do you give off with this better version yourself? And try to hold this vision in your mind's eye. You can do it through meditation, but you can also do it before you fall asleep, for example, or any time of day. It's just a really good practice to first engage our imagination, and the more we engage our imagination, the more possible it seems that this can happen in our real life. So last but not least, if you want to join on this journey together, we will have a free meditation video and 2 time to move with Kune movement videos. Those are all free, going to be on our YouTube channel for this cycle related to the theme of vision. If you want to delve deeper together as well, we are having a free online community event coming up on January 23rd, Saturday, and it's from 3 to 4:15 in Thailand time, so it's about 75 minutes, and it's called A Walk in Wonderland, Finding Your Path to Your Vision with Finger Labyrinth. So it's going to be an online finger labyrinth walking meditation that I'll be hosting, and it's completely free. I will leave the link below that you can register through Zoom. And even maybe you already have a word, you already know what's your vision, intention for the new year, maybe you don't have it yet. Either way, you are welcome to join walking labyrinth with our finger. And if you have done that before already or not, I highly encourage you to. And I want to show you what is really finger labyrinths. These are how they look like. And we're going to trace your fingers through these finger labyrinths and see what comes up for us. Walking labyrinth is a great tool to relax our mind, to kind of get in touch with our emotions, and maybe sometimes even insights might arise. So the theme is actually very much inspired by Alice in the Wonderland, so that's why I call A Walk in Wonderland. And in that movie, it's all about finding her path. So finding your path to your vision is going to be the theme of this next Saturday's online community event for the Finger Labyrinth Walk. So thank you so much for staying with me this far in this video, and I hope that you will join us on this journey together, and we'll see you soon. Bye!